But I want to get into some of the requirements, so we have 5 minutes, and I want to let you go on time. So if we could move forward. Yes, thank you. So for many of you, some of you have gotten the scholarship in the past. So the requirements are very similar. So I'm going to go over it really quickly, and then I'm going to talk about how we're going to keep track. So first off is attend this orientation, which you are. Complete a student summary profile, which is a new form, but if you've completed a Kapoʻoloku or Kulia intake before, you do not need to do it again. All of this will be visible for you in our Laulima site, which you actually should have gotten a notification earlier today that you're added to. So you'll be able to see the requirements out there. The second is to meet with myself twice a semester. So I'm going to ask that you meet with me for your first appointment because we're running a little late. Usually I like to meet in September, but we're nearing the end. So if you could book an appointment with me before October 15th for your first meeting, and then we'll schedule your second one after. I mean, when we're at that meeting, we'll schedule the second one. The other requirement, number 4, is to meet with the Native Hawaiian Financial Education Associate, which is La'amea, and La'amea had to leave, but you will be meeting with La'amea at least once each semester you get the award. So once in fall, and most of you will be receiving again in spring. So let's do that. And with that, you will be required to complete FAFSA. So La'amea talked about that. FAFSA for next year. So we're already in the current year, 21-22, but we want you to complete the FAFSA for 22-23, which opens October 1, which is right around the corner. And then we also, in order to promote continued success for you in your journey here at Kapi'olani, or even if you transfer, we would like to have you apply for at least 2 more scholarships so that you can get more funding for your future. We typically do have a community service requirement. We're waiving it this fall due to our current situation, but spring is to be determined based on what's going to happen. So we may reinstate this depending on how everything goes. So we wanted to share that with you. If you could move forward, Huna. So just to kind of go over this again for myself, that's my link, and you guys will get the PowerPoint. And then the first appointment before October 15th, and then we'll meet again once after that. And then the next slide shows La'amea's information with his link. If you could, yeah. And you'll meet with him once a semester, so only once this fall. But start working on your FAFSA for next year. And then also, because some of the scholarships aren't necessarily open yet, you can prepare this semester to apply for at least prepare to apply for at least 2, researching what those scholarships are. And next slide. Yeah, so tips for managing our requirements is we're going to use Laulima to track this. And if you are awarded again in spring, we'll do this whole thing again. I'm not 100% sure if we'll have another orientation. We may if we have new students awarded. And if we do, I may waive you folks because I don't want you to go through this again, but it would be the same requirements, everything except for the orientation. I have like 2 minutes. So I did want to show you guys the Laulima, but I think, can you guys, there's a raise hand or thumbs up. You guys are all familiar with Laulima? Give me a thumbs up or a raise hand. So I'm gonna take a quick look around. And I think stay on if you did not get our Kapoʻoloku, if you did not get an invitation to our Kapoʻoloku site, I guess it's called, and stay on because that's primarily where the requirements are. So I know some of you got awarded last year and you guys are familiar. So I've updated everything there. The only thing that has yet to be updated is the PowerPoints and the video. So after today, I'll put that up. Other than that, the requirements, there's like a checklist. So as you complete them, just check it off. Who's this raising their hand? Conan. Okay. So are there any questions? And the chat seems to have things, so okay. You can write in the chat if you have a question, or you can raise your hand.
I think Christy has a question.
Christy, okay.
So I graduate in May next year.
Mm-hmm.
Do I still fill out a FAFSA for the following year?
Okay, great question. So those of you who are going to complete your degree this year, if you are going to transfer to another college, then we would like you to do it. If you are going to be like going straight to work or something, then just let us know and then we'll waive that requirement. That's a great question. Actually, people do ask that. So only if you're going to be going to school next school year, then that whole financial aid one applies to you. Okay. Other questions?
Yes. It's not a class either.
Okay. Nalani? Oh, do you have a question? Was that Nalani? You gotta look at the bubble wallet to going, yeah.
Oh, calamine. Sorry. Still learning how to use this.
I don't know if you're not on mute, Nalani. Any questions before I let you guys go? Okay. So congratulations again. Mahalo for coming on short notice, pretty much. It was like less than a week. So if you have any questions, we'll actually stay back if you want to ask it now. Otherwise, just email us and I will post the video and the PowerPoints to the Laulima site. If you cannot get on our Laulima site, then email me for sure so I can make sure you have access. Okay, so mahalo everyone. Mahalo to our presenters as well. And then for you guys just being